Hi, everyone. I just wanted to welcome you today to our Zoom conversation. It has been a while, but we're so happy to be back and presenting more information to our community. We run a program called Senior Vitality, where participants get an iPad, Fitbit, scale, classes, tutoring, health coaching, lots of stuff. So we try to make these videos to introduce new apps and show some of the exciting features that they have. So today we are going to be talking about the photo editing app known as VSCO. And Sarah is going to be presenting that, and she's going to show us all that it has to offer, take us through some of the pros and the cons, and then Jose and myself will ask some questions to learn more about it. I'll let you take it from here, Sarah.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen, like Phillip mentioned, and talk about VSCO. Okay, so like with downloading any app, it's going to be, we're going to start by going to the App Store. So finding the App Store on your iPad, which is the little blue icon that looks like an A for App Store, right here. Once you get to the main page in the App Store, you're going to go to the bottom right-hand corner and press the search button with a little magnifying glass. And then up at the top, you're going to touch on the magnifying glass again, where it says games, apps, stories, and more, and type in VSCO. So it's VSCO, and then press search, the blue button. So you're going to get a couple of different responses, and you are going to want to click on this one here on the right with the white icon and the VSCO in all caps. So I already have the app downloaded. So for me, it says update. But for those of you who don't already have this app, it's going to say get. And so you're going to press on that and go through the steps like putting your password in like you would with any other app. So I'm going to exit out of here and open up the app since I already have it downloaded. Okay, so this app here, the white with the circles, is VSCO. And so it's going to take you to this home page. And if you haven't created an account yet, which if you haven't used the app before, you wouldn't have had an account, you're going to press create an account. And this is going to come up and you're going to select whichever one you'd like to use. So I recommend signing up with Google because it will link to the email that you have on your iPad and it's an easier setup. But since I already have my account, I'm going to exit out of here and press sign in and press sign in with Google. And it'll ask you if you want to confirm and just press continue. Okay, and when you open the app, it's going to take you to the gallery or the studio, which is where all of your photos will live. The ones that you're editing and putting filters on, they're going to live in this little virtual photo gallery. And so these are the ones that I've already uploaded, but I'll show you how to do that as we walk through. So looking down here on the bottom tabs, just to walk through what you can do on the app. So in the very bottom left-hand corner, there's a little house icon. So you're going to tap on that, and that is what's called your feed. So this is sort of like a social media. If anybody uses Instagram or Facebook or things like that, this is sort of a place that resembles that, but it's just photos that people have uploaded to VSCO. So if you want to use the app and you're maybe not sure about photo editing yourself and you want to see what other people are up to, this is where you do that. So you just scroll. You can even, that little star button by a photo, you can like a photo. See how it just turned black on the inside? Do it again so you can see. Yeah, and this is where you can just scroll through and see what other users are up to on VSCO. And then You will notice here, it says more advanced controls and early feature access with VSCO Pro. Don't worry about getting VSCO Pro. They're gonna want you to subscribe and pay a monthly fee. It's really not necessary. You get to do all of the stuff you need to do with a free account, which we'll talk a little bit more when we talk about the pros and cons. And so next feature is this little magnifying glass that's directly to the right of the little house. It's the Search and Discover tab. So you can see here, like I just mentioned, favorite inspiring images. So if you tap that little star next to any photo, you're just letting the person who posted the photo know that you like their picture, but you don't have to do that if you don't want to. So yeah, this is a place where you can, similarly to the home feed page where we just were, you can look at different groups of photos. This one's the weekly selects. So our curated favorites from VSCO members. This is the app developers who go in and choose photos that they like to show to people on the app. And then you can scroll down and there are different themes. And if anybody knows what hashtags are, you can see photos based on hashtags, like this one's hashtag Pride for Pride Month. Yeah, and so this is just a fun way to get inspiration for photos, to see what other people are up to. Says here, keeping you inspired. So if you really like to take photos and you like to see other people's to, feel inspired, this is a great place to do that. You can even search for specific things. If you go up to the top, you can see the little magnifying glass in the top right-hand side corner. You go ahead and tap on that. And you tap on the Images tab in the center and then search for a topic. You can type in something like San Francisco and then press the blue search button and it'll give you all kinds of photos of San Francisco that people have posted. So good way to see the city in a new light or any kind of topic you might be interested in. So next we're going to go to this center tab, which is where it takes you when you open the app, which is your studio, like I mentioned. So this is where you do your actual photo editing. So if you just want to edit pictures on this app and you don't want to do anything else, this is where you're going to be. So what you're going to do is press on the plus sign up here. In the top right-hand side corner, there's those 4 little icons. The one to the farthest on the left is a plus sign. So you tap on that and it'll bring up your photo album in your iPad and you can go ahead and select a photo that you want to edit. So I'm going to scroll down and select this photo. So you just tap on it and then you press continue and it brings it into your studio. And so now if you want to edit the photo, you go ahead and tap on it again. And then down below where it says edit image, collage, montage, it gives you some options. You're going to press edit image. And then you're going to get to a screen like this, which is a place where you can add different filters to your photo and adjust the brightness and change it in whatever way you want. So you can see down here, all these different colors. You can just tap on them to apply the filter. And you can scroll to look at new ones. And then you can see here where it stops being free is before those little locks begin. So all of these are free. You can tap on them. There's no blocks. But if you tap on ones that say Pro, it's going to give you this upgrade prompt. And you don't want to do that because that's when you have to have a subscription and you have to pay. So just keep to these ones over here that are just as good and you have lots of options. So then the next little icon is those 2 lines with the dots. And there's all kinds of more in-depth editing options here that you can play with. Again, just be wary of where the little lock feature is. That means that you have to have a subscription to use that particular editing feature. But however, you can do things like adjust the exposure. So all I did was tap on exposure. Here, the little sun, just tap on that. And you can just use your finger to drag the little dot either direction to change the exposure of the photo. And when you're happy with it, you press the little check mark in the bottom right-hand corner and it applies it to your photo. So you can do all kinds of playing around with different things, white balance, saturation, all kinds of different options. And these are all the tools that you have access to. And so say I'm happy with the photo. I'm going to go ahead and press next in the top right-hand corner. And it's going to give you two different options. So you can save to your camera roll or you can post it to VSCO. So in that home page where we were looking earlier where other people were posting things, this is where you would do that if you wanted to put your photo out into that space. So the way you do that is you tap on the little toggle buttons on the right-hand side. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how that looks. If you tap on Save to Camera Roll, that's turning it off. So when the little dot is on the left, that means if I press Save Draft and Post, it's only going to post the photo and it's not going to save it to my camera roll. Otherwise, if I wanted to just save it to my camera roll and not post it to VSCO, it would look like this, where the little dot on the left post to VSCO. So I'm just going to go ahead and save it to my camera roll instead of posting it. So I have, you can see, post to VSCO is turned off and save to camera roll is turned on. So I'm going to go ahead and press the white button that says Save to Camera Roll and Draft. And now that photo, the edited version, is in your camera roll. It does not replace the original picture. It's just a copy, so you don't have to worry about losing your original photo. So yeah, that's how you edit photos, and all of your edited pictures are going to live here in this studio, and you can go back and look at them. You don't have to save them to your camera roll if you don't want. You can just leave them here in this studio, but they are here for you whenever you want to come in and change them. Like if I changed my mind about how I edited this photo, I could just repeat what I had done already and change it, go in with the edit image, and yeah, then I would be able to change it from there. But if I want to get out of this photo, there's that little X button in the top left-hand corner. Just going to tap on that and come back here. So that's the studio. And then the next little section down here at the bottom, you can see the little smiley face on the right-hand side of the studio. I'm going to tap on that. And so this is my gallery. So this is where I would see photos that I've posted. Or if I tap on collection here, this is photos that I have liked. So that little star button, you can, all of those photos that you like, you can save them here. And if you want to come back to look for inspiration, they'll live here and you won't lose them. Okay, and then the very last button down here on the right, on the very bottom right-hand corner, is spaces, which is a similar feature to some of the other things we talked about. But if you scroll down, you can look at different spaces basically, and they all have different themes, and the photos that are being contributed to these spaces by different users will be attached to a theme. So this one says reflections on identity, photo dialogues, center stage. So it's just another way to look at different pictures and see what other people are inspired by. And so those are the main uses of VSCO. You will see here, again, something that is a con to this app that you'll run into a lot is this create. You know, I tapped up there on that create button and you hit a paywall. So it says free 7-day trial, but the problem with that, and something to be aware of with any app, but this one especially, is that once your trial is over, it's going to automatically start charging you. So I do not recommend participating in the free trial just because it's really easy to let that slip and then accidentally get charged. You know, this one is $59.99 a year, which is a lot of money for a photo app, especially if you're just wanting to have fun with it. So if you ever get to a page like this and you're stuck and you don't want to have the subscription, there's going to be a little X in the top left-hand corner. You just tap that and you can go back to this safe homepage that's always going to be free with the editing. So all that said is there's a lot of different moving parts to the app, which is, I guess, maybe one of the cons, I think, is that there's a lot of extra stuff in an app. So if you just want to edit photos and that's it, you know, this can be a little bit confusing with all of the different kind of social media aspects. I know a lot of people are not huge fans of social media. So you, of course, are not required to use those parts, but they are in there. It's just something to consider. However, this is a great app for photo editing. It's very accessible. It's not too complicated at the actual editing part. It's an app that I use in my photo editing on my phone and on my iPad. As you can see, I have some photos on here already, and I think it's great for that. But if there are any questions, I will take them from Jose or Philip.
My first question was on the top right. It looks like it's like a kind of a film roll icon. Is that
Yes.
on the top right? There's the
This
plus.
was?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
create with montage. Unfortunately, it's, you see how it says VSCO membership
Yeah.
above create with montage.
Mhm.
So that's another one of those things where it's, you have to pay to be able to use it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And it looks like it says tell a video story with montage, layer videos, images, and shapes to make a moving collage. So something that is similar maybe to iMovie, which I
Mhm.
believe comes on all of the iPads if you are interested in making like a
Mhm.
video montage.
Right.
Not,
Right.
VSCO is not the place to do it for free, apparently.
Right. Right. Okay. My other question was about the, we were looking at other people's photographs and liking them. Does the social media aspect go beyond that, where you can reach out to people and say, hey, I love your photographs, or is it kind of end with the, I like this photo? And
Yeah, that's a great question. I think what it really is that you can like it, you can add it to your collection. You can press these little arrow buttons that are kind of going in a little box,
Mhm.
which is, if you tap on that, that's like a repost. So sort of like a Twitter is a
Yeah.
retweet, or a Facebook share. It's sort of like that.
Mhm.
I think it's possible to go to individual's page. So see, I tapped on that. And yeah,
Mhm.
you can, you see how it says follow and message. You can do that as well. So there is more of a like traditional social media aspect to it. Like if I pressed on message for this person, it would come up like this, and I could say, hey, I really liked your photo if I wanted to. But a lot of times, kind of like on regular social media, if you message someone and you don't know them, they might not appreciate that. But
Yeah.
yeah, it is an option.
Right.
And you can follow people if they put out a lot of photos that you really like, you will get
Mhm.
them at the top of your feed if you follow them, and you get to see more of their photos.
Cool. Jose, did you have any questions or anything?
No, I think you covered mostly everything. I did see at the top right next to the video options, there was what looked like a collage option. Is that also locked behind a payment subscription?
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, unfortunately, they really like the paywall on this app, which is maybe another con, is that there are lots of buttons you might press either purposefully or accidentally, and they're going to try and get you to subscribe, and pay their fee. Unfortunately, collage is not a free option on this app, but there are lots of other apps where you can do collages for free. And so if you wanted to say editing, like you wanted to edit a photo in VSCO and then make a collage of your edited photos, you would just have to get another app.
Kind of reminds me of the early days of Instagram a little bit, where it was just about the photo, a little bit
Yeah.
of photo editing, and then you post it. It was pretty simple.
Yeah. So if you want to see other people's work, but you don't really like the social media part, this is maybe a good option because you don't really have to interact or follow anybody if you don't want to. Yeah,
Cool. And then Sorry, so one other question. So the photos that you've put up there, are those visible to other VSCO users
Great
automatically?
question.
Yeah.
No, these are not. So this studio is just mine.
Mhm.
So this is basically just where I can keep track of the photos that I'm editing, the photos that I have, uploaded to my VSCO account just for editing purposes. So the way to see if I had posted things to my page would not be here. I believe it would be if you go into the little smiley face there and go to gallery. This is where I would see photos that I've posted personally.
Mhm.
And so since you see that I haven't, there's nothing there.
Okay. And it looks like you can change your profile image down there
Yeah.
if you want to.
So
Yeah.
if you press the little plus, or I guess not the plus, but the add profile image,
Mhm.
you can put your title, a description. You can add this little plus button will add can add a photo. Yeah.
Cool.
And then press the little X to get out. But yeah, that is just about it for VSCO. A great app, but kind of a lot going on within the app. So up to you how much of it you want to use. And I personally just use this center part and I love it just fine. And they never really go on the other parts. As interesting as they can be every once in a while, I kind of just stick to the studio.
Cool. Thank you so much, Sarah, for showing us VSCO and all that it has to offer. I'm definitely going to be exploring that app soon. We are going to do 2 additional videos in our Zoom conversations. The next one is going to be about Snapseed, which is a Google app that was developed years ago, but it's still very useful. And Jose is going to walk us through that. So please feel free to like, subscribe, check out our channel, check out curryseniorcenter.org website where you can find out about all of our programs. And we look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks.